Remember, Lord, to deliver your church from all evil, and teach it to love you perfectly. Now build it up and gather it from the four winds into the realm you have prepared for it.
Amen.
Amen.
Rest. I couldn't get it off. The idea is that the action, wherever the action's happening, the candles are.
Yes,
So the action.
join us around the altar and bring
Your candles. Right.
and then we receive communion, and then we clean up.
Yep.
So dinner church is the opportunity for people who might not be able to make it on Sunday mornings, or the traditional church service on Sunday mornings isn't really for them, to come and share in the Eucharist in the context of a meal. So it's a little bit more casual.
My role is to lead a couple of songs that happen, and they happen in a paperless fashion, so everything is learned by ear. So I'll kind of be teaching phrases, and then everyone will be able to join in.
I love the group of people that we've gathered around to help make this happen. It's not just me, that there's a team behind it, and it's a really thoughtful team.
We are chefs preparing a cider chicken, roasted potatoes with an apple onion compote. Looking forward to some fellowship and a good dinner.
We're going to begin our worship this evening with the lighting of the candles, an opening prayer, and a song. Martha, our song leader, will teach us the song, and will also sing each prayer response before inviting us to sing it.
First of all, the words are very easy. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
If you want to take it a little more difficultly, it goes halle, halle, hallelujah. Halle, halle, hallelujah.
Halle, halle, hallelujah. Halle, halle, hallelujah. Halle, halle, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Give communion to your neighbor, and then your neighbor would give communion to his neighbor or her neighbor. And if you need gluten-free, you can come up here and I can do that for you.
Bread of heaven. Very, very difficult time to move, and ended up being the best thing that ever happened.
So a lawyer comes to ask Jesus, what's the greatest question? Now he's trying to trip him up, he's trying to test him. And Jesus had a lot of options that he could have chosen from. There were 613 commandments in the Old Testament. And, some of them are pretty good, right? Like there's the first commandment of the 10 commandments. I am the Lord your God, have no other gods before me. I'm guessing if Jesus had said that, the lawyer would have probably given him passing remarks. He could have asked him he could have answered the second commandment, right? Make no graven images. I'm not going to go through all 613. But I will say that it's interesting that the first two commandments and many of the other 613 commandments are sort of quantifiable. You can say with a pretty clear resolution whether you followed that commandment or not. Have I engaged in any pagan activity today? No. Okay, so I can check off the first two commandments. I mean, they're easy. I didn't break them. But what Jesus answers with are two commandments, one from Leviticus and one from Deuteronomy. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And the second is like it. He says, love your neighbor as yourself. Now, they're very familiar to us. Of course we know that's what Jesus says. And of course that's what Jesus would say. But if you think about it, how do you quantify that? How exactly do you love God? And how many people across human history have given different answers to that question? Talk amongst your tables and perhaps talk about some time that you felt really loved, that maybe you didn't deserve. Talk about someone perhaps that was really hard to love and you did it. Or perhaps talk about a situation now that you know you probably should love, but you just can't bring yourself to it. And then maybe as community, you can find some support in that. Go.
After supper, he took a cup of wine, and after blessing it, gave it to them and said, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this in remembrance of me."
I'll be here every week. I think it's wonderful. I think it's very insightful, and it gives people a chance that can't come in the morning to come at nighttime, learn a little bit about the Lord and the lessons.
Favorite thing is the informal atmosphere, the welcoming atmosphere, and the camaraderie and the fellowship.
I'd say everything was a highlight. The special music and the singing, the sermon by Rick, the camaraderie around the table, and the general communion of people.
Believe it or not, we all ate tonight for about $100.
Wow.
Is that incredible or what? You're welcome to grab a cookie in the back, and the peace of the Lord be always with you.
Also with you.
I think it went really well. We tried this for Lent, for a couple nights in Lent midweek, just a few people. But to see 50 people doing this was really good. People seemed really into it. The food was great, the fellowship was great, and there was a great spirit, I think, in the room.